Good morning, everyone. Welcome to InnoTrans 2024. We're here on the Wednesday morning, the second day of InnoTrans here on the Ubidata stand. And I'm joined by Paul. Paul, just tell us a little bit about your company, Ubidata, and tell us a bit about your own background.
Okay, Ubidata, a company based in Brussels, 20 years old, specialized in IT solutions for transport and logistics. My own background, I'm an engineer. I've worked in large financial companies and then my own company, Ubidata, since 15 years now.
And what are you highlighting here at InnoTrans? What are the core products and services you're showcasing?
We highlight two products. One, in fact, they are all related to fleet management for rail cars. One is targeted towards freight rail cars, and the other one is targeted towards passengers rail cars. It's a new product. It helps, in fact, our clients to improve their operational efficiency and their service to their clients.
What specific tasks is included in this technology? Are we talking about rolling stock allocation, managing diagrams? Just tell us a bit about the specifics.
Okay, on the passenger rail cars, that's our new product. In fact, we propose a system that would automatically detect the train composition. You know that some composition of trains can change because you have to take out one coach to add some other coach and so on. And it can change on a daily basis, can change even during the day, and it's difficult, in fact, to follow. Right? Today, it's mainly manual input of the train guards. In fact, they have to record something, but as with all manual inputs, it's error prone, right? So our system, in fact, allows our client, in fact, to automatically detect, in fact, in real time train composition. And that's interesting for several reasons. Why? It improves, in fact, the information that you can provide to the passengers because they can know in advance when they're in the station where the coach with the bikes door will be with first class, for handicapped people, so that they don't have to move, in fact, in the station. They know directly where they have to stand, and it improves the punctuality of the train. It's very important, in fact, impact. There are other, in fact, functions like remote maintenance data, like you can know the battery level of your coach, you know whether you have to intervene, you always know the position of your coach. Seems simple, but in fact, when they are not powered, when they are not in a train, it's not that simple. So basically, it also improve your asset management. So again, objective is to improve, in fact, the operational efficiency of our clients. They can get a digital twin of their train in real time and to help them to improve the service to their clients.
And just tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the freight sector, because I think it is quite interesting that you're offering your technology into both the passenger market and the freight market.
Yeah. So what interesting, obviously, to know is that on the freight side, there is one very important constraint these days is that you don't have energy on the rolling stock, in fact. They are not powered. So meaning that the technology that you have to put in place, in fact, to record, to collect data, has to take this element into consideration. And that's where we have more than 15 years experience now in building, in fact, device that can work in this kind of very, in fact, harsh environment, no energy, you know, the freight rail cars, it's very dusty environment and so on. So no energy, and still you have to collect, in fact, quite a lot of data. So it's easy to have a device that would collect one position per day during 20 years or one position per minute during 1 month. But having a device that would collect the right, in fact, data during at least 6 years, because that's the maintenance period for rolling stock on the freight side, that's much more complex. And there again, in fact, we'll offer, in fact, fleet management functionalities, improving operational efficiency, like basically you always know where your rolling stock is, which is not that simple. You can, in fact, manage ETA. It can compare, in fact, the theoretical planning of your train with what happens on the field in reality, and you can get automatic notification if the train is late. You can also improve, in fact, your asset management by using statistics. Okay, how much are my wagons used? This kind of wagon is used, I don't know, 20% of their time. Okay, how can I do to move it to 30%, for example? And then we'll provide, in fact, all the required data and information to help you to move from this 20 to 30%. So asset management, help in the terms of maintenance, help in terms of providing better service to your clients, help also in terms of administrative tasks like automatic mileage recording. Certainly when your wagons, in fact, move abroad, you need to record because there are some invoicing stuff behind, and that's basically done automatically. So our job is to help, in fact, our clients to collect data, to treat all this data, transform data into information, and will provide this information either directly into their system or through a website user interface.
So you're part of the trend around digitalizing rail freight, because that's one of the big pressures, isn't it? I know we've got the big picture projects like the digital automatic coupler, but we can't do anything if we have. So I mean, how is the energy provided to your sensors that are on the wagons? By battery? Or?
Yeah, by battery. We are also, in fact, looking at a solar sensor, but mainly battery. Yes, and indeed, digital coupling will totally change the landscape in this, because there you will have energy on the wagon.
So you are looking forward to that. Do you think that will be a positive development if it happens for your business?
Well, I think it will be a very positive development for the freight, because basically, without having that, you will still block. In fact, and even with our device, we can collect quite a large number of data, but still we are limited by this energy. In fact, so that's certainly a trend. That's the reason why, basically, on this side we mainly work on retrofit, not on new wagons, because they will be, in fact, equipped from start.
From the factory.
Yeah, from the factory. But there, in fact, our job is not only to provide sensors and device, it's also mainly, in fact, to treat the data. And there we'll be able to get the data from this automatic coupler or from the device, in fact, linked to these couplers, and we'll still be able to provide all the fleet management, in fact, functionalities.
Yeah.
So device, in fact, we provide it right now because we are obliged to, but in the future, no need. So basically, we'll collect the data and still continue on our main job, which is basically work on the data and provide information.
Right, so that's the part of the value chain where you think you are adding the most, giving the most value to your
indeed.
customers.
Yeah. That's very important. And also useful and interesting to know is that we have a large experience on the road transport. And in terms of fleet management and logistic operations, in fact, I'm convinced that the rail can learn also from road transport.
Yeah.
And there we can use the experience we have there to provide some useful and insight information.
Because there's a lot of capability. I've heard other people in the rail freight sector and also people from the European Commission say, there's a lot more information in road haulage about ETA, about consignment tracking, but, there's data about where the trucks are, and rail is kind of catching up. Do you agree with that sentiment?
I kind of agree, yes, that some road transport companies are really advanced in terms of using data, or in fact, in terms of digitalization of their transport. They have somehow digital twins, in fact, of their operations. And I even have some clients that they consider themselves as an IT, in fact, company.
Yeah.
And the truck is just a mean, but in fact, what they work on is data, and they provide information to their client.
Yeah.
And on the rail side, still a good way to go.
Still learning. Yeah.
Yes.
Just a final question then. I mean, you on the sign behind you, you've got some references to some of your customers in Belgium. But which markets internationally are you looking to target? Do you have some markets in mind? Obviously, the whole railway world is here, InnoTrans here in Berlin. Yeah. Do you have any international expansion in mind? Are you already very active internationally?
We are already active internationally. We are in other European countries, or a bit in Africa as well. On the railway side, we believe that we can intervene basically in any country of the world. In fact, we'll have a local partner for the equipment if need be. But for all the data management, in fact, we can operate anywhere in the world. And we have already clients having operations in many countries, in fact.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you very much for giving us that summary of Ubidata, and I wish you every success at the rest of InnoTrans.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.